Okay, so hi everybody. My name is Scarlett and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about social standards, beauty standards on social media. So this is a very difficult topic for me because it's a very gentle topic and I feel like it should be treated with care, like the utmost care. So I wanted to talk about what I think is beautiful versus what social media thinks is beautiful, because I'm a person and people are on social media and I feel like everybody has their own thing that they think is beautiful, and that's okay. Everybody can see the different kinds of artistic beauty in different kinds of people. So the way I see people is like a different piece of artwork. Some people are going to see something else and then the other person's gonna see something beautiful, and that's okay. So I wanted to talk about beauty standards, and also maybe I wanted to make you feel a little beautiful if you weren't feeling beautiful today. So I just want to tell you you look good, because you do, and you gotta look in the mirror sometimes and tell yourself that you do look good, because, well, you do, and you gotta be the person that sees the beauty even if people are bullying you, because that's not cool and that's not beautiful. Bullying people is not beautiful, because we don't do that on this channel, even though maybe sometimes I might have, but we'll forget about that. No, because when I make a gaming videos and I scream a bad word, it's not bullying, it's just the truth. No, it's different, because when you're shooting people on a shooter, it's just different. But anyway, we're talking about beauty standards. So also, there is a beauty standard with brown folk, where they like to wear wigs, stuff like that, and I feel like, I'm sorry, I love wigs, and I think wigs look great, okay? Don't get me wrong, wigs look good, but I feel like sometimes you can go on the internet and look at all these girls and be like, oh, I have to wear a wig to feel beautiful. But that's not true. So on this channel, I kind of wanted to make it a point that, the natural hair that nature gave you and God gave you looks beautiful on your brown skin. So like curly hair, for instance, looks good on me because my hair is naturally curly, and that's just the way it comes out of my head. And I feel like you should feel that way about your hair, because sometimes we don't feel like our hair looks good, but I mean, sometimes people look good bald. Like, the girls in Africa, sometimes they're bald, they look really good. They just have a nice face for being bald. I don't know. But, some people look better with less hair. Some people look better with more hair. It also just depends on what you think is beautiful. So I think now's the time to feel beautiful, because, well, sometimes you just gotta look in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. Even if you don't feel beautiful, and even if you feel like you're lying to yourself, you just gotta do it, because it makes you feel better, and it makes you feel more beautiful, because the more you practice it, the more you feel beautiful. And, well, I won't lie to you, I've practiced this over the years and years, and now I do feel beautiful, which is good, because I used to feel really ugly. And people in middle school would call me ugly, but to be fair, I probably could have looked better, but I was in middle school, and people can be mean in middle school. And I feel like that's why a lot of TikTok people are mean, is because they're in middle school, and they're probably getting bullied, or bullying other people. But who knows what's going on. So sometimes you just gotta take things with a grain of salt, and just realize that if somebody called you fat, or if somebody called you ugly, it's not true. And even if you are overweight, I gotta tell you that I love overweight people, and I live in a state where there's practically only overweight people, and that's okay. That's probably a part of why I love them so much, and why I find the beauty in them. And I feel like, the more overweight people that you hang out with and see, the more that you can realize how beautiful some of them are. No, I'm not saying all, not everybody thinks everybody is attractive, but that's, you know, I'm saying like social media, from a social media perspective, people tend to go, oh, overweight is unhealthy or whatever. But practically, I mean, a skinny person could sit there smoking like a chimney, and then nobody's not going to say anything about how unhealthy that is because they're skinny. And that doesn't make sense. And they could just be bulimic, eating tons and tons of food on a mukbang, and they could throw it all up, and everybody's going to go, oh, you're skinny, you're healthy, when that's actually not the case. So, being skinny doesn't always equate to healthiness or mental health. And, being skinny is beautiful too. And a lot of people, sometimes if they're too skinny, they get bullied too, because I know people like that, and that's not cool either. Bullying people is not cool in general, because that's rude. And who goes around saying stuff like that? I don't understand. Why would you say that? Now, if I ever make fun of people on this channel, it's all not meant to be taken to offense. Now, I probably made some weird jokes about fat, but I consider myself fat. But, I've been more fat in my life, and I've lost weight, and I have an inner obese kid, that I now love, but back then I didn't. But, and I feel like even though I gained some weight back, I feel happier now. And, it might be because I changed my diet up. I eat more vegetables and stuff, and I feel like that helped me feel better mentally. Now, I'm not saying you can throw away the chicken wings. If you want to eat chicken wings, you can eat those chicken wings. And you'll be enjoying them, and I'll sit there and watch you while I cry because I don't eat chicken wings, even though I do eat chicken wings. But you know what I mean. I don't eat a bunch of chicken wings. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, beauty. So, if you don't feel beautiful, I just want to let you know, if the chicken wings feel beautiful in your mouth, you should understand that you're beautiful, because you feel the beauty in this life. And sometimes you gotta just look in the mirror and go, I'm beautiful. And sometimes it's not even about you, it's about what's around you, because you gotta look around you and see the beauty in other things. If you can't see the beauty in yourself, that's not cool. You need to do that. You need to practice seeing the beauty in yourself. And if you feel fat, I used to be overweight in high school. I weighed like 185 pounds, and I was, I think I was 178 pounds. But anyway, whatever. I was overweight, and I didn't talk to a lot of people, so I didn't really necessarily get bullied to my face, which was good. But I'm sure people called me fat, and that's okay, because, well, I was fat. And, I feel like there's a stigma behind the word fat, and I feel like it's not an insult, and I talked about this in my channel. If I ever call anybody fat, well, they probably are, but it's not a bad thing. Like, if anybody gets called fat on this channel, it'll probably be me, but if it's somebody else, I want you guys to know that it's most likely because I was playing a video game. But anyway, now, there's immaturity in the world, and I have a few things. Not everybody's perfect, and sometimes my sense of humor gets a little raunchy, and it gets a little insulting. I make racist jokes sometimes. Does that mean I'm racist? No. It really doesn't. Because racism, there's racism in the world where people literally hate certain races. I don't hate any race. And I feel like all races are my friends. And I have like every race inside of me. So I feel like if we're cool we could just make jokes about each other. But I'm not trying to insult people when I do these things. You know, some people, they have that sense of humor as well. But this is a video on the internet. I'd never say anything like that to people in real life. You know, it's hard to have like a human conversation to your phone, so it's mostly just thoughts here. If I ever say anything insulting on camera, well, I hope you know that's just my thoughts coming out. And it's just, I mean, it's hard to kind of monitor what you're saying when you have a lot of thoughts. Sometimes they just come out, and there's nobody here to tell me, hey, you know, or to actually talk to. If I was actually talking to someone, it'd be different. But beauty standards and black beauty standards. So I feel like in the black community, being bigger is seen as beautiful, and they call it being thick, and it is beautiful. And I feel like other races need to kind of understand that being fat isn't something that you need to be ashamed of, and it's really not. And people can call you unhealthy, and it really might be. But at the end of the day, not all obese people are unhealthy, and that's really the facts. Because you can eat tons and tons of vegetables and fruits, and you can eat a lot of them, you know, and still be overweight. I eat a lot of vegetables and fruits. My diet isn't perfect at the moment, and that's okay. You know, nobody's diet is completely perfect all the time, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, it's okay to be unhealthy. And people like to pick at obese people, and that's not cool. Because I feel like obesity can also be a self-harm kind of thing, because there was points in my life where I would eat till I cried because it hurt so bad, and then I would continue eating. And I feel like that might go into some self-harm things, because if you really think about it, it is self-harm because you're hurting yourself physically, and then you keep doing it while you're crying. It is a very emotional process. And I feel like fat people are very strong, you know, mentally and physically. Now, I'd hate to pick on the skinny people, but I feel like they might be scared of fat people because they can beat them up. Fat people could definitely beat up skinny people. Okay. Now, maybe that's why they hate you. But that's okay. I'm just saying, you know, fat people are very strong. They are. That's really the facts. And, you know, they have a lot of weight on them. And, you know, there was this girl at the gym. She was obese. And I say that kindly. But I was admiring her because she had a very beautiful face. And she was just very beautiful. She was a blonde girl. She's very beautiful. And I saw her lift weights. She was obese. She was like at least 300 pounds probably, at least. And she lifted the most weight I've ever seen a woman lift. And that's really the facts. Guys, a lot of the time, get picked on less for being obese, I noticed. Not necessarily all the time, but, you know, I feel like they pick on themselves less than the women do. I feel like the women like to pick on the other women for being fat. Well, it's not my fault that you're scared of fat. You know, I'm not scared of fat anymore because I realized, you know, as I got older, I've seen a lot of women who were fat who I was sexually attracted to, and men too. And, you know, beauty standards are BS. You know what that means. BS. Because what's beautiful on the internet, sure, I mean, it might be beautiful, but at the end of the day, there's, so many beautiful people that aren't on the internet that you won't see because they might have low self-esteem because they're afraid of being picked on for being called fat. And, people might do that. But you gotta realize that if you're fat, you're fat. And that's okay. And it's beautiful. And you have to realize that there's people like me out there, and there's people who are really hot out there who think your fat is gorgeous. No, trust me, I've seen it. I've seen it, man. There's some really beautiful obese people out there. And I've seen quite a few of them, especially living in this town where there's a lot of obese people. You can definitely see the beauty. And it's good. But yeah, and then black girls and your hair. I feel like if you feel uncomfortable not wearing a wig in public and you feel like you have to go with a wig on all the time to be pretty, it's just false. Okay? Sometimes you need to look in the mirror without your wig on and go, I'm beautiful without my wig on. And I'm going to go outside to the grocery store today without my wig on. And I'm going to feel beautiful because this is my hair. Yeah, that's your hair. And it's beautiful. And I feel like it looks like a little lamb. Okay? Lambs are beautiful. And I have French poodle hair, and that's beautiful too. Okay? We're all different breeds of the same creature. Okay? Some breeds have curly hair. Some breeds have fluffy hair. Some breeds have straight horse mane hair. And that's okay. And everybody's beautiful. And I feel like people just need to feel beautiful in today's society because, people may be mean to you or joke or whatever, thinking it's so funny. But a lot of the time it's hard to realize that there's people behind these phones and screens because a lot of people are very desensitized, especially the younger generation. They don't have a lot of face-to-face contact. And it's really heartbreaking. And I feel like we need to get off our phones. But yeah. So, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully I made you feel a little better or more beautiful. And please go in the mirror and practice seeing how beautiful you are without your wig on, with your fat that you have. You're still beautiful. You're always beautiful. You've been beautiful. Your fat is beautiful. And I just want to tell you that. You need to appreciate what you have and stop wanting something you don't have. Because if you don't have straight hair, if you don't have a skinny body, if you don't have big boobs, if you don't have a big butt, if you don't have a skinny waist, or if you don't have, skinny fingers or whatever, I don't know. You're still beautiful. You need to see the beauty in what you are. And stop taking fat as an insult because it's not. But, people say it meanly, and that's when it's rude. And I could call somebody skinny that in a rude way if I really wanted to, but I don't right now. Maybe if I really hated their guts, I would do that. And that's really the facts. But I don't hate anybody on this channel. Maybe a little bit, but only when I'm playing video games. But I just wanted to let you guys know you're beautiful. And you need to feel beautiful today. So go in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. And go outside without makeup on. Oh, did I ever talk about makeup? So a lot of people, when it comes to makeup, they go, I don't feel beautiful without makeup on. And that's unhealthy as well for yourself, because you need to realize that you are beautiful without makeup on. And that's why on this channel I don't wear makeup all the time, because it's fine. And people need to realize this. That's what I look like without makeup on. And it's beautiful, okay? This is the beautiful channel where we see the beauty in all kinds of things. So, yeah. Practice doing things that make you uncomfortable. Wear that crop top. Okay. Wear no makeup today. Go out without your wig on. That's right. Okay. And just feel good. Wear shorts today. Even though you got big legs. It's fine. Okay. Everybody is beautiful. And you don't have to feel self-conscious when I say that your legs are big. Because you know they are. And that's okay. Because they're beautiful. And you need to see the beauty in fat. Because fat is beautiful. It's nice and soft and comfy. Just realize that. Okay? Everybody have a good day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.